Well, good Friday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. We got so much going on. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It is finally freaking Friday. You know, it's the NFL offseason, but damn, you don't feel like this is the offseason. I feel like there is as much to talk about right now as there is during the season. We've got the Philadelphia Eagles crying, Eagles cry. Now they're complaining about that's a bullshit call. They shouldn't call that. You know what? Here's the thing that just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. A penalty is a penalty. It just is. This whole thing of, oh, you shouldn't call penalties at the end of the game. What? Yeah, it shouldn't decide the what? You know what, Eagles? Sorry, bro. Sorry. We've had more bad calls that have gone against us, and all you guys say is, did you win? Take the W and shut up. Take the L and shut up. That's all you ever say to us. When we talked about the Dez Bryant catch, no catch, which in some regard, they still don't know what really is a catch, where clearly we had a chance. We had a chance. Bad calls happen. Bad calls happen. Look at New Orleans in the playoffs. They didn't call that one. Pass interference. That was a game changer. That no call changed the game. Clearly, it was pass interference, but they didn't call it. They changed the rule the next year. Sorry, it happens in football all the time. Now, man up and get over it, okay? Hey, you got no shame in your game. You know, for us Cowboy fans to be crowing about you losing, at least you made it to the Super Bowl. At least you made it there. I mean, who cares that you're only the second team to lose a second half lead? You know, you're up there with Matty Ice and Atlanta. At least you were there to have the opportunity of it. So, you know, man up. Be cool. All right. So my man Juan Ramon sent me the script. I don't know where he got this script from, but I like the script, kinda. Although I'm hoping that this is just the early script and we're going to be able to make a few changes to it. What this script has, the NFL leaked script, has the NFL season playoffs starting January 13th. AFC champions will be the Cincinnati Bengals, and the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl, February 11th, 2024. I need to check these dates to see if they're actually legitimate. Site, Agent Stadium, which we know that's right. Champions would be the Bengals. I really don't think that, or maybe this is the preliminary script. I can't see them saying, okay, here's the whole, that can't be the whole script. And I don't think that it's real. But who knows? My question would be for you Cowboy fans is, if we went to the Super Bowl and we lost to the Bengals, would you be happy about that? Or mad? Would you rather not go to the Super Bowl and lose? That's a real question. Would you rather go to the Super Bowl and lose or not go to the Super Bowl at all? I think I'd take going to the Super Bowl and losing, because at least we're there partying and having a good time and at least getting the NFC Championship thing off my back and stuff. But we'll see what happens there. We'll find out if the script is right or not from Juan Ramon. Shout out to you, Juan. Juan is always sharing some really nice stuff with us. And by the way, I'm still waiting for Simon Says. He has the whole conspiracy theory that this year is the Cowboys' year to go to the Super Bowl. That it all points to Las Vegas because of what Jerry Jones did to help the Raiders move to Las Vegas so they can make a whole lot more money. But I'm still waiting, Simons. I'm still waiting, bro. Still waiting. All right. Other news. Yesterday, Adam Schefter. Now remember, take your salt, throw it over your shoulder. Take the whole can of salt, throw it over your shoulder, because Adam Schefter said, okay? Now, Adam Schefter says a lot of things. He'll tell you that, the Raiders are going to be trading, Aaron Rodgers last year. And when they said, well, where did you hear this? Because they did that draft day. He kind of, I just kind of put the pieces together. So this is probably one of those things from Adam Schefter. It's not a mystery out there, but I actually disagree with the concept. The agents of Cowboys running back Zeke Elliott will figure out his value at the combine and then decide if they'll accept a restructured contract to stay with the Cowboys. If Zeke refuses to restructure the contract, he'll be released. Now, I want to explain something to people because people don't understand too much. Because like a lot of times we would hear about Tony Romo restructured his contract, and fans would automatically go, man, Tony Romo, man, he's a real team guy. He restructured his contract so the Cowboys would have more money. Okay. I want you to understand what restructure means. Restructure is basically we're moving the numbers. So on paper, it's less money this year than it would be without restructuring. So let's say you have $50 million on your contract. This year, you're owed $20 million. Well, and let's say you have 4 years left on the contract, hypothetically. What you could do is you could take that $20 million, just say, we'll take 15 of it, and we're going to say, this is a signing bonus, okay? Here you go. Here's $15 million of that 50 we owe you right now. But because you took that $15 million of this year's salary, you then prorated over the life of the contract. I should have said 16. We'll say 16. We'll say 16 million is a signing bonus. So you actually have 4 million right now for this year's salary. And then you take the 16 million divided by the 4 years, which means $4 million a year that bonus gets paid. So you took that $20 million and now your cap number is only 8. So this year, you're good. Problem is that each year down the road, you still owe another $4 million. And the signing bonus is now guaranteed. So if we're talking about restructuring Zeke Elliott's contract where there's no guaranteed money, you're now kind of guaranteeing money and you're pushing the contract down the road even further. Now, this is kind of, it's a problem because if you cut Zeke Elliott right now, you're only going to save about $4 million. You're going to still owe like $11 million on the cap because you have restructured before. The reason why his cap number is so high is you've been restructuring every year to grab some cash. If you make him a post-June 1st cut, then you'll take and get $11 million and you'll have about $5.5 million that's dead money. Honestly, to me, that's the best route to go. Unless Zeke says, you know what? I'll take a $7 million contract a year. We just tear up what's already there. We'll take $7 million. Because at least then, technically what you're looking at is you're going to have to pay a minimum of 5.5 to let him go. That's the best case scenario. If he takes a contract of 7, well, it's only costing you $1.5 million more a year. That's doable. That's doable. But I don't know that he's going to take a a new contract with that big a hit. And I don't see any way, anyhow, that the Cowboys can justify spending over $20 million for Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott as running backs. It's too much. It's just too much. And I even threw out there that would the Cowboys be better suited making Zeke a post-June 1st cut, not re-signing Tony Pollard, and having that $21 million and use that on some other free agents. Use that on the offensive line to make sure we have better than the 28th offensive line in football. Be that game-changing wide receiver. Just saying, there's things you have to look at, because as we shift more and more to the West Coast offense, the big bellwether back is not there. Now, quite frankly, you look at Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard fits the Roger Craig more mold of running back versus Zeke Elliott. These are tough decisions that the Cowboys are going to have to make, and we'll see where they go with it. Let's listen to ESPN as far as the breakdown on that.
To make at running back, Tony Pollard is scheduled to become a free agent, coming off surgery for a high ankle sprain, while Ezekiel Elliott going to count for over $16 million against the cap if the Cowboys decide to bring him back. Cowboys legend Emmitt Smith says Jerry should run it back. He told Pro Football Talk, "I'm keeping both. I may franchise tag Pollard and I may go for a contract restructure with Zeke, but I'm keeping both. And the reason why is because we've got to get Pollard back healthy and we need Zeke." Of course, that is a running back who's talking from a different era when you really did have to pay your running back. I don't know that you still do. Graz, what can you tell us about Pollard and Zeke for next season?
Pollard's free agent. If they wanted to franchise tag him, that cost will be about $10 million. The situation's complicated by the fact that he suffered a season-ending injury, and they're not sure how healthy he's going to be come the start of the regular season. So they have to assess that and bake that into whatever decision that they make. And you mentioned Ezekiel Elliott's, his cap number is $16 million, $16.7 million next year. They're going to have to knock that down, whether it's via a pay cut or a restructure of some kind. If Ezekiel Elliott wants to be on the team, that's just too high a cap number to carry for a running back in this day and age. No more guaranteed money on that deal, so the team does have some leverage if they want to go to him about a pay cut.
Restructure sounds so much better than a pay cut, doesn't it, Booger? Do you agree with Emmitt that Dallas should bring both guys back, Pollard and Zeke?
Yeah, if they can get them both at a reasonable number. I think Tony Pollard proved that he can be an every down back. He may not be able to carry the football 25 times between the tackles, but he can be their most explosive playmaker. So, yeah, you need to franchise him. By all accounts, it's a broken bone, bones healed. So I don't think they're overly concerned about that. But as far as Ezekiel Elliott is concerned, they have to figure out a way to lower that salary, i.e. cap number, because in the end, they're not getting enough bang for their buck from Ezekiel Elliott. But for some reason, and this is the thing I don't know, Gross, for some reason, Jerry Jones loves Ezekiel Elliott. Every time he's asked about him, he's like, yeah, Zeke is going to be a Cowboy. Zeke deserves to be a Cowboy. I'm starting to wonder, does Zeke have pictures on Jerry?
Oh, shit.
Not a lot of teams agree with Jerry Jones when it comes to Zeke. I think Zeke right now is someone who, if they could get out under that contract, they would have done it a long time ago.
Gross?
Yeah, Zeke's a dirty work guy for them, Booger, right? He blocks he pass protects. He does a lot of things that don't show up in his stat sheets, and I do think Jerry has an appreciation for that.
You know, I hate to say it, guys, and I think there should be an exception in the CBA for running backs. They should be paid outside of the salary cap. But I got to say it, as things are now, you never have to pay your running back. It almost never works out. And unless you're talking about a guy who gives you a premium at the position, like Saquon did this year for the Giants when they didn't have anything else, or Christian McCaffrey did for the Niners, putting them over the top. I don't want to say they're all the same, right, because there is a difference. But, man, if you got a good offensive line, you give me a decent back, I'm going to be good. And if you have a bad offensive line, it doesn't really matter who your running back is anyway. You're not going to do much. I hate to say it, but I don't think you got it either. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Zeke, Jason Kelce is undecided on playing in 20.
All right, so here we go. Will Zeke Elliott get cut, get restructured, or have a new deal? For me, restructuring shouldn't be on the table. We are finally out from under the guaranteed money. Restructuring it is now literally just putting more money into it, throwing more money, good money after bad. You can't do that. The only way this happens is a new contract. All right, good people. I have some work to do here. I'm going to be on the road today. We will not have our live stream tonight. We're going to put that on for tomorrow night. Going to go spend some time with Mama. Now, football season's over, kind of a delay. We saved Valentine's Day for Valentine's Friday night. And so we're going to spend a little quality time there. So hopefully you guys understand. But we'll be doing that tomorrow night instead, 9 o'clock, Saturday night. Probably be quiet because it's Saturday night. Everybody else is on date night, but that's cool. And then Sunday at 5 o'clock, we will have our regular live stream. And look for some new things to happen here at the Jobu Sports Report.
Our coach here